So this is my 1988 Ford Thunderbird. I've been working on this thing for a while. Done some stuff to it over the years. You can see the 3-inch Stinger exhaust there. A little lopey. See a little bit of suspension underneath there. I've done some work with that. Tubular control arms. Recently put a new 8.8 Ford Motorsport cover on the rear end and changed the fluids. You can see the not original but 93 Cobra wheels on it, the remakes, the LMR cells. And a good friend of mine made the decals for me to show the Thunderbird symbol off the wheels. As you can see, my hawk pads throw a lot of dust out. Probably some little things you'll notice along the way is the front spoiler being off the Mach 1 from the early 2000s. We got that from LMR also. I got 30% tint on the windows. Right now I have 235 tires on it. 235 50 R17s. The reason I went with that size was to keep my odometer close to operating. Someone had recommended to me, and that's that using this tire size would be very close to the 225 50 60s that come stock on the car. I need to redo my door panel here black. It's got the good old 80s red interior. Recently got these floor mats, which already need vacuuming, from Rock Auto. Those are nice. My dash was perfect until very recently cracked. I'm angry. I bought one of those cardboards to put on, rugs to put on it, but I don't really like the look of the rug. I try to keep my interior looking stock. I just kind of like the stock look. I don't have a lot of gauges on it. If I do need, I do have my AFR there. It's reading high because it's just sitting here idling. If you don't know much about Thunderbirds, we do have a remote trunk and a gas cap. I just leave my car sitting on premium settings, and this works well for holding my phone. It actually sits on here and holds up. I still need to get a better cup holder for this. I just wedged it in between here. Yeah, let's take a look under the hood. This car has been a New England car all its life. This past summer, a year ago, 2024, I put the front mount intercooler on it. I also put my cone filter into the fender to breathe out of there. That's been a lot cooler running. I'd mentioned it on to other people. I put one of these Scott Rod's covers on here. I want to warn people, if you put one of these on, the holes are not marked in the right spot, or every car is different. You need to take your time and put the holes in the right spot. I need to redo my clamps on my radiator because, well, they're rusting again. I am running with Chip's T3 upgrades on here. Makes quite a bit more power than IHI turbo stock on it. I do have the cam -4 degrees. She runs well. I'm gonna put a smaller turbo on it because, well, that's my taste. I do have the Maximum Motorsports caster camber alignment. I'm probably gonna flip those to get some more negative camber because it seems like I can only get straight up and down. And outside my wheels have been wearing pretty well from it all. Pretty soon I will probably do a Pimp X conversion on it, get rid of the VAM on this, but that'll be after I swap the turbo out again for the smaller turbo. I do have an adjustable fuel pressure on here to give a little more fuel to make up for the injectors, the brown tops not being big enough for higher boost numbers. And I also have a fuel pressure gauge back here. It's very handy for troubleshooting. I do have a front mount intercooler. One thing I do need to do is to add for the power steering fluid, I want to add a cooler on the front. I have the cooler, I just haven't put it in yet. Just been wanting to drive my car. Obviously, my car needs some cleaning. Now, I did open my trunk to show you guys that. Trunks in these are pretty big. Yes, I have a toolbox in there just in case with the extra tools. A friend of mine made this cover that goes on my trunk lid with the Thunderbird symbol. Let me know if you're interested in one. I will put you in contact with him. He now lives in Florida. Suspension wise, I've had for quite a while now CHE rear control arms on here. I actually have their lower and upper. I'm still running the those extra stabilizer shocks, which I could probably take off. I've been very happy with these control arms on the back. It made a world of difference in how the car drives. I also have new springs in the back. One of the guys on NATO recommended the spring size, which are pretty decent. I'll hop in here. I do have tubular control arms on the front, and I have KYB's, I believe G2 shocks on all four corners, sitting at stock height. And if you have any questions, let me know. This is one of the stages before I do anything drastic with it. 1988 Ford Thunderbird.